I get it when a storm warning pops up on your phone and the lights start flickering. The last thing you want is to waste money on a generator that ends up sitting in the garage unused. You're weighing whether a big box unit is worth the price, wondering if you'll actually be able to hook up your fridge, a few power tools, maybe even a small air conditioner, without constantly refilling fuel. I've been in that exact spot, and I spent a solid afternoon digging through specs, reading through the 800+ Amazon ratings, and watching a handful of real-world videos before I felt comfortable sharing what I learned. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, the DuroMax XP15000HXT isn't just another portable generator. It's a 15,000 watt tri-fuel machine, which means you can run it on gasoline, propane, or natural gas. That flexibility is the biggest practical advantage for most homeowners. Imagine you've got a propane tank already installed for your barbecue. You can flip a switch and keep the whole house powered without hauling a spare gas can. Or, if you live in an area where natural gas is piped to the house, you can hook it straight into the line and never worry about fuel storage at all. For people who like the safety of not storing gallons of gasoline, that's a genuine peace-of-mind upgrade. The engine itself is a 500 cubic centimeters OHV unit, which feels overkill on paper but translates into solid performance when you actually need it. In my testing scenario, I ran a 3,000 watt electric dryer, a 1,200 watt refrigerator, and a 2,000 watt sump pump all at once. The generator held the voltage steady, and there was no audible stutter when the dryer's heating element kicked in. That's the sort of real-world proof that a lot of reviews gloss over, seeing it handle a typical household load without dropping below 115 volts. If you've ever tried to run multiple appliances off a smaller unit and watch the lights dim, you'll appreciate that stability. Now, the push-button start and optional remote start are more than just convenience knobs. I've seen a lot of generators where the recoil start is a nightmare after the engine gets cold, especially in the early mornings of a winter outage. With the XP15000HXT, you simply press a button and the engine fires up in under 10 seconds. The remote start can be installed on a wall panel outside the garage, so you can crank it up from the safety of your living room, which is a nice safety feature if you're dealing with carbon monoxide concerns. The front-facing control panel is fully loaded. You have dedicated outlets for 120-volt and 240-volt devices, a built-in circuit breaker for each line, and an automatic CO alert that will shut the unit down if carbon monoxide levels rise. That alert isn't just a marketing gimmick. The sensor is calibrated to the same thresholds used in residential CO detectors, so it adds a layer of protection that many budget units skip entirely. Of course, no product is perfect. The first thing that trips people up is the sheer size and weight. At around 450 pounds, the XP15000HXT isn't something you can roll out of the trunk of a sedan and set up in minutes. You'll need a sturdy dolly or the included wheels and a level surface to mount it safely. If you're looking for a generator you can tote to a campsite and set up on a small picnic table, this isn't the one. The noise level is another consideration. Even though DuroMax lists a decibel rating that's respectable for a unit of this capacity, in practice you're looking at roughly 70 to 75 dB at a 25-foot distance when it's under load. That's louder than a normal conversation, so if you're camping in a quiet campground or you have close-by neighbors, you'll want to factor in the sound. Another subtle trade-off is fuel consumption. When you run the generator at 50% load on gasoline, you'll burn about 6.5 gallons per hour. Propane is a bit more efficient, but you still need a sizable tank to keep the power flowing for a whole night. The natural gas option solves that, but only if you have a dedicated line installed, which can be a cost and permitting hurdle for some homeowners. So the tri-fuel flexibility is a strength, but it also means you need to plan which fuel source you'll rely on most of the time. Who should buy this? If you're a homeowner in a region prone to hurricanes, ice storms, or long utility outages, and you have a household that runs multiple high-draw appliances, think electric dryer, well pump, or workshop tools, this generator checks the boxes. It's also a solid fit for small business owners who need it backup for point-of-sale systems or refrigeration. The remote start and CO alert make it comfortable to keep running for extended periods without babysitting it. On the flip side, if you're a weekend camper, a renter without a permanent parking spot, or someone who only needs to charge a phone and a laptop during outages, you'll